I wanted to throw up, but there was still stuff I had to do. I punched my arm and leg to release their lock, then edged forward along the crosspiece, which angled down to intersect another piling, and then along a lower piece, balancing briefly between pilings, shoes still slipping. I never bought that brand again, until I was within 10 feet of the tidal flow, and I just gave up and fell back, closing my eyes. Dropped and dropped. Splashed down hard in the bath of the brackish stream, the shock spread evenly along my back and hips and legs. Water filled my nose. Eelgrass grabbed my hips and tried to hold me under, but I thrashed and broke free, found the mucky bottom, and shoved up with water streaming. The air brightened with diamond spray. Only then did I look for Joe. He stood about 20 feet away, soaked and covered in mud, eyes and teeth golden through the muck, both of us laughing. We had not stopped laughing since we'd seen the train, except when we were screaming. "Fuck! I saw you!" Joe shouted, turning the expletive into a buzzsaw. "You were like right under the fucking engine, and I could see you fucking vibrating like a gong, and then you... He'd swallowed a lot of water and was spewing it up, saying between shuddering heaves how foul it was. We pulled our feet from the muck and finished crossing the lagoon, then stumbled through sawgrass to the gravel bank of the highway. There we sat on the margin and leaned our heads back in the last fiery glow of the setting sun, suddenly quiet, laughter spent. "Nothing better," Joe said hoarsely. "Nothing ever so great." We sat beside each other for long minutes. The sun slid behind the far edge of the Pacific. Mud dried and stiffened our pants. The chill of evening made us shiver. We didn't care. We talked about trains and bridges, then about girls and drinking and movies and parties, then about cars and how we were no longer alone in the universe and all that stuff, like we were adults, old wise men, until the only lights we saw came from cars rushing north and south, and a high scatter of stars washed gray by the electric glow of San Diego and Del Mar. Mist from the lagoon cloaked everything. By then, we were so cold we had to move. We got to our feet, shoes squelching, and walked into Del Mar, miles away, not hitching, just walking, drawing out our time of being alive after what had happened, clinging to that feeling that we had survived something amazingly stupid and really, really great. This had just happened to us. This was adventure. Walking backward ahead of me, Joe looked up and raised his hands to the dull orange-black sky. "What's it like out there, Vinny?" he asked. "We've sucked this planet dry. Nothing better here. Just more stupid stunts." "Great stunts," I said. I had bitten my tongue jumping from the bridge. "Great what?" "Great stunts," I corrected. "What's waiting out there? What's way out there waiting to happen to both of us?" That was the night Joe Sanchez and I told each other we would enlist. We wanted more stupid joy and danger and the sheer druggy rush of survival. We wanted as much of that as we could get, the real thing. Wanted it over and over. God, how I loved that whole stupid day and chilly night. We were idiots. But we were also young gods. "I saw that in an old movie." Coil. This time the word balloon fills in. I roll over, look up from my tangled bed, and glare at the ceiling. It was real. It happened to me. To us. I can feel her, recognize her, almost hear her voice. "I don't know what you're doing in here. You're fucking dead." "And you're fucking stuck in a cheap hotel, but not for long." That makes me angry. "Get the hell out of my head!" "And what is this about you and Joe and a mummy? That is just creepy. If you want original, you should see what I'm seeing. And by the way, I like Corporal Johnson better than you." "You mean DJ? Where is he?" Then Coil's voice dusts up and away, before I can even decide whether I'm still dreaming.